to vibrate, to be vibrant, to grow, to breathe, to go left, go right. There has to be something in the immaterial form to keep that thing together. And once you understand that, then you start to realize that, wait a minute, if I'm going to hurt her, I'm actually hurting myself. Because
Yes.
if I'm in partnership with her, then why am I doing this? And vice versa. If you're just doing something to get on your man's nerves, just to say, well, I'm going to do this to him. So you kind of, you're moving in a very unintelligent route, because now you're actually doing that to yourself. If you're in true partnership. Now, if you're just all for yourself, then that's another story, and that's a whole nother episode. But remember, here with a couple motivators, we're here just to see, relationships flourish. We're here to take back, as my wife stated last week. We're here to make sure that marriages are under attack. As that was a quote from last week, said marriages are under attack. So we're gonna make sure that they're gonna attack marriages. We're gonna be one of those. We're gonna be that entity to help say that no, 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 no. We're gonna bring certain things back, and we're gonna show you that marriage is a vital component, not only just for yourselves, because they said most, and this last point before I give it back to my wife, but they even said, like, us as men, we live a little longer when you're married. You notice that? You kind of die off a little quicker when you're not with someone. Even when they say, a spouse transitions, and 9 times out of 10, that spouse needs to find someone else, regardless if even if they don't get married again, they need to find someone that level of companionship, because that allows you to keep something in an immaterial sense, to say, you know what I'm saying? I'm vibrating, I'm keeping myself moving because of this person.
Well, I'll say this. Not everybody's going to find everybody for them.
Hmm.
Because if you do not, if you're not complete and whole before you get in a
Okay,
relationship with
okay,
someone,
okay. I like that.
then I don't need you to survive. You
Mm.
don't need me to survive. But when we have each other and we decided to stay committed in this relationship with each other, that's the thing. Because we came into this marriage broken. And that's what a lot of what we come at and to tell you is that when two broken people come together, you bring pieces, and then you try to put your pieces, like his pieces can fit inside of your pieces, and it doesn't fit. And most of the times you end up hurting one another because you're broken yourself. So the first thing that we do with couples is that we have trash day, or we call it, and we to just try to get off the shame and the guilt or the abuse or whatever you went through, that
Get
you
the garbage
drag
out.
and you drag it into your relationship now and then think it's going to flourish. It can't. Garbage does not grow, flowers do not grow in garbage. You have to get rid of the garbage in order for it to flow, and you have to be able for it to breathe. The flower has to be able to breathe, get oxygen, get the water that it needs to nourish and do the foundation, because you don't see where the flower is growing at. It's under the earth. So
Mm.
you got to see that the roots are, you ever saw it with a tree, that the roots are buried deep inside the earth.
Mm.
So you got to, when you're doing something like that, and a tree is individual for itself to grow in itself, and they have a great foundation, and their roots are sturdy, and their roots are so deep inside the earth that you're able to stand on the entity of your own as self, and you and the other spouse is to stand on the entity owned as itself, and you come together and your union, and then you come together as one, and you make that unique union, and then you're able to vibe into one union. So the whole point of marriage is vibing
Vibrations.
together, vibing on the same energy, having you to grow. He cannot be dancing to hip hop and I'm dancing to R&B. It's two different genres. You can't do that. So when he's listening to hip hop, I should be listening to hip hop, because that way we can jive together. But at some point, he was listening to jazz, and I was listening to Western music. It's just not gonna work. So because I came in with my own type of things, and he came with his own type of things, and we were just a mess.
Hot mess.
So the whole point is that people go into marriages not whole individuals. And that is an issue. We grew up in the we had to grow up in the marriage, and I thank God that we have mentors in our lives, and we did have therapy, and we did go through different things for us to grow in our individual path, because we did have an individual path that we both went down. And then you come back with those strong things that you've learned from your individual path, and then you start to mesh them together. You start to make sure that you are meshing these things that together for that. And then you work as a season, and you go through different seasons of life, and that's a whole different thing. When you go through different seasons in a lifetime with your spouse and your partner, you have rough seasons that you have to stand. That's why your foundation and your roots must be totally strong. And that's where the motivation comes in at. Because we step in then. When you go through a rough patch of a season, you do need people in your life to motivate you to keep going on and keep going in that season, that if you really want this marriage. Because right now, we're in a day and age that you can get a divorce, and it is that easy that you can do that. One, two, three. But it's more if you want to keep this thing and you say I do, and the reason why you do, say I do. And if you are a person that wants to go and have a lifetime of you know being together with this person, I think it's something very beautiful that can happen.
Well, one of the things that we're going to do with the couple minutes that we have left, and as you can tell, so some of you will probably make comments, is where is his glasses? Yes, I last week I had a little extra glare, so this week we kind of have it, but we need a little focus. So that's why I have my partner here who can look a little better, but has her glasses too, but don't have them on, but it's all good. But you can definitely link in with us at facebook.com/ the couple
I don't know if
motivated.
someone's holding right now. Looks like it is.
Well, we're almost at the end of the
Yeah.
show.
You
I
can just
will.
say hi if you want
It's
someone
like,
to come on. But they've been holding for some moments. I think you didn't see them.
oh,
But yeah, like I said, next week, if you want to call in, you can call in to at 347-996-3160.
and call in a little
Um,
earlier. We'll definitely
and
have
we'll
your part.
definitely take your call. But remember, we want to leave this with you. Valentine's Day is not the day that you start loving your spouse.
Come on, say it again.
Valentine's Day is not the day you start loving your spouse.
You can do the
It's an
continuation.
all day, all year thing. And what you need to do is make sure that you understand that you're going to be doing these things that all year round, that you can show that I love him, I love her. This is all about
I
you.
just
And the
called
whole day you could call them
to
during the day and
say
the things that you're gonna do. So we're
I
gonna just
love
recap
you.
just real quick. Eye candy. What are you doing?
I just
You could just
called
make sure that you can have a little thing on,
to
and
say
men, you could do the same.
how much I
Women,
care.
and men. Next thing to number two, love letters. Write those little notes, little jot notes down for you, little post-its,
I
or
just
whatever
called
it is that you can do
to
in regards to
say
showing your love. Date night. You can
I
make
love
dinner
you.
together and make sure that he knows and you know I love you. I love the things that you're doing. Would you make a dinner with your little, you have to have nothing on but just your little apron
Come on
and
now.
go and do some little things. Fourth thing that you're going to do is to make sure that you are doing something spontaneous, surprise. Well, there's element of surprise, something. If you know you don't usually bring down the bed and take over the bed and do the little things that's around the house, or doing the little things that will help her with those chores. If she does everything, or she does a cooking meal, or maybe you could do those things for her, or surprise her with something, or you
Women,
surprise him.
and sometimes women, you can come in and dress like the naughty nurse.
And then the fifth thing you're going to do is remember to make sure that there's erotica still in the marriage. You don't have to always do missionary style. There's things that you can do to spice the marriage. You need sex in your life. Make sure
Get
that
the
you're
legs
able
up.
to make sure that you have different things that you can do, different parts of the home. You can have sex with your
I
spouse.
love that.
So make sure that you are present in your relationship 365 days in a year, not just on February 14th. You need to be present every day, every time you turn around. You need to be talking to your spouse, carving out that time for your family, for your spouse, for your job, for everything else a part of your life. Carve out that time, because that's how you stay motivated. That's how the things you are, because you know this person appreciates you and appreciates your love.
Well, you have the opportunity to email us at thecouplemotivators@gmail.com. That is the current email address if you want to find out anything about us, our speaking engagements, or anything like that. That is email the couplemotivators@gmail.com. Eventually, once the Greg and Cheryl Clarke.com website is up, of course, you'll have a website. We'll have new emails to share with you that you would be able to contact with us. Also, remember, go like our Facebook page. Stay in the conversation. Like our posts. Give us suggestions. Give us things that you feel that we can do to augment the show. We take all levels of thought to help accentuate the way. And that's facebook.com/the couple motivators. Go like the page. Go like the page. Go like the page. And as always, it's great to have a great partner sitting next to me. And we at the Couple Motivators are here to make sure that your partnership is going to be a great one as well. So I'll digress for the last seconds for my wife.
Well, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to sit next to you as well. And I love you very much. And thank you for going on this ride. Gary, on your lips. Oh my gosh. Thank you, everybody.
Peace.